Hi guys, it's me, Ruowen Huang. I had some serious technical difficulty this morning. As if it's a sign telling me not to make a broadcast because my, Facebook app keeps shutting down. So anyway, if I didn't, due to that, if I didn't know what I'm doing, I guess you guys would just have to bear with me. But I thought throughout the weekend I saw some topic. I thought it's quite interesting because I do have a lot of people come to me asking me questions regarding to this in various different forms. So I thought here I would just share a little bit personal opinion with you all. So before I begin, let me first introduce myself. Good morning, good afternoon, okay? My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today, I want to talk about a topic, say, how hard is working hard enough toward our goal? The reason of that is throughout the weekend, there's one of the followers posting a question, and I believe many of you will probably feel or resonate with this statement. Start with he posting a sign called a quote, don't be upset by the result you didn't get with the work you didn't do. So based on that quote, he have a question. If you haven't if you didn't did the work, then don't be upset. He basically translated that in Chinese. So some people think the reason I haven't got the result that I wanted is because I did not work hard enough. So based on that thought, it's very easy to push themselves hard enough to a point that they get sick, right? So when that situation happens, how does people adapt it or adjust it? Throughout the years, I do deal with a lot of clients. Like come to me say, I feel like I'm working really hard. Like I'm working really hard, but I'm still not rich yet. Or I'm working really hard. I feel like I work really hard, but I still haven't met that someone yet. Or I work really hard, but I still haven't got the result that I wanted yet. Bear with me. Cough season. So, to begin with that, let's talk about the result. If you guys understand the result, like based on all the episodes you've been following me, you will understand basically everything, the expectation of what you think you should get or you need to get is very much under the influence of your society, your family, your religions, your belief, or everything else, right? They come to who you are, believe this is what I should get. So, result. A lot of time when people set a plan of their life, they have a result to achieve. Little do they know that result usually is under a lot of perception or under a lot of expectation. So we all know expectation or perception, we usually have something to work with thing that we choose to neglect it. I know. I'm already confusing people. I probably confuse myself too. But anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, basically what I'm trying to say is when you're trying so hard to achieve something, that's usually underlines problem that you really have to work with. Does that make sense? Like if you really want to be rich, have you ever considered why do you need to be rich? What it is that you really need to be rich, right? So then if you can figure out what that problem is and then really work that problem and then let's say you resolve it or something like that, then you would understand this whole journey of pursuing to be rich. Rich is can be simply be rich without any burden or any weight hanging over it. You know what I mean? So a lot of time people don't understand is they very often attach something like their personal issue together with their goal. So no matter how hard they try to work toward that goal, it's very often they drain themselves. You know what I mean? Like I feel tired, I'm very drained, and I'm very exhausted, or they would push themselves too hard to a point like there's no return because they're trying so hard to get that result. I learned something from long ago. Well, not that long. I'm not that old, but I learned something from long ago is when the spirit guide try to give a message to you, it's never much what you get or what need to be done. is not the result, but it's very much focusing on the feeling of it, like what you gain out of it. Give you an example. When I just start my 1 or 2 year, when I get into my psychic journey, I have a feeling I need to publish a book. And I did, believe it or not, spend long time trying so hard I thought, because it's a psychic journey, right? It's my human perception. Only to be reasonable, I had to publish a spiritual book, right? So I try the following several years really hard in front of the computer, try to put all my thought together. It's not that I don't know, but I'm very frustrated every time when I try to sit down and write. It just doesn't come out right, or I just don't feel right. You know what I mean? So, it got to a point like I basically give up. After you try a couple of years, I just feel this is not for me. Just not right. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't resonate with me. And then several years pass. I got into this novel. You guys know what I write. Well, actually, an author. I wrote a series of books. A series of books called Forgotten Egypt. So basically, those books come out really quick, like crazy. So, basically I finished one book within 10 days to 14 days. And then boom, 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 boom. In the time span of 1 month or 2, I basically finished a whole series of books. So I didn't know how it happened, but it did happen. And then when I look back to it, I'm thinking, well, okay, what does that have to do? Because that was during the time I kind of had to write my spiritual thesis, or then this book come out, right? And my human logical mind just couldn't really connect how this book have to do with anything spiritual, right? Then it's not until I start getting into it and I realized how this book a lot of hidden dark side on me, like hidden problem that I've been neglecting not to work with. So by editing each book, I'm somehow somewhat forced myself, to work within my darkest secret or my darkest pain that I've been buried down so deeply, right? So it's not until I finish the whole series, getting to the book 2 and book 3, I start to realize, even though it is like a fiction, it somewhat is also a spiritual book. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's when I start to realize human perception usually limit us our possibility. Possibility is we so fixated how things need to be done, how it should happen. Very often we eliminate all kind of possibilities. So thanks to that experience, I start to understand maybe the feeling I should focusing on is not the result, but the process, right? So now we come back to the beginning of the question. How hard is working hard enough toward my goal? In order to make sure you understand this process, you have to first understand what is your goal. I have done enough, or at least I think it's enough episode to try to share with you guys. Goal should have nothing to do with material. Goal should have nothing to do with how it should be happening, but have a lot to do what you want to feel and who you are, who you want to be. Because that is the process that will actually generate all the universe to make things happen for you, and then will make whatever you call dream come true. So to look into that, you do have to peel yourself like an onion. Basically, if your sentence is, I want to be rich, think, why do I want to be rich? Usually a lot of people will have questions because I don't want people to look down at me. Then you have to think, why do you think people will look down at you? Like if you think, well, because if I have money, I got freedom, then you have to look into why don't you feel free right now? You know what I mean? Like you do have to ask yourself question over questions. It's like peeling yourself, like peeling onion, right? Because what do you want to do? You want to get to that bottom core problem, and then you work that problem. Then once you figure out what the problem is, you reset the whole sentence. I want to feel wealthy, rich of spirit, rich as a person. I want to feel that kind of richness in my soul. Then you start to realize you have nothing to do with money. You have nothing to do with who you meet, where you live, and things like that. And then you hang on to that goal. That should be your goal. Now, once you clarify what that goal is, now we talk about working hard enough. A lot of people say, I'm working hard enough. When I say how hard is working hard enough, they say, I wake up early in the morning, I work 2 jobs a day, or I do this, I do that. That's working really hard enough. But yes, I still cannot get what I want. See, back to what we say. You have to first understand your goal. What is truly your goal? Now you come back. What is working hard enough? Working hard enough is... Really, you want to know how it's really going to happen is first you let go of your expectation of things. You really have to let it go. Otherwise, you limit yourself on very narrow line of human perception, which is never really what spirit guide want to do anyway. So when you limit yourself to that little hole, you don't see any possibility, right? So first, let go of your expectation. Let go of your perception, how things should happen, when it should happen, and what should be happening. So then you try your best. Try your best. Remember also taking care of yourself. Remember if you do 290 episodes. I had to mention this because it's a lot of episodes. Foundation of loving yourself, taking care of yourself, right? That is foundation based on you guys all know. Loving yourself, taking care of yourself, and big umbrella of respect. The essential thing. Those are called essential. Now, based on those essential, I'm going to try my hardest. That is, I would try every possible way that I know of, even though it's require me to stay out of my own comfort zone to reach that goal that I want to feel. You know what I mean? In any circumstances, you feel tired, exhausted, take a break. Take a break. Seriously. Because you have to take care of yourself. If you cannot take care of yourself, nothing is going to happen, right? So if any circumstances through this journey, you feel scared, tired, exhausted, take a break. Does that mean you're just going to, retire altogether? No. That means once you regain your energy, you feel you have some courage to go on, you will get up and continuously pursuing it again. You know what I mean? So if you start to understand that, you will start to realize there are all kind of possibility. You just never thought of, because before we only think about our own perception within our comfort zone and then expecting how it should happen. A lot of them, remember, based on your fear, based on what you worry about what people think about you. It's a lot to do with what people perceive you. That's why you're trying so hard. So when you're trying so hard to please everybody else, come on, we all know, you only end up draining yourself and then you will tire yourself out. Now, if you start to understand how the sentence works, first let go of your perception how you should happen to understand the true core, what it is that you want to feel. You want to feel rich in your soul, then hang on to that feeling. Imagine how it should feel when you reach that status of mind. Understand what kind of life would it be, how things would change, how it would be differently. Because the moment you figure it out, you're going to live like it. You're going to live like that's your only goal and nothing else matters. Then you will try everything you can, even that require you to step out of your comfort zone. So you will know, in order for me to feel rich in mind, maybe I need to learn some more lessons. Maybe I need to take some more courses. Maybe I need to go out of my house, reach out to the world to see more, because that's how soul gain their richness, right? Then you will start doing things and then allow all possibility will happen to you. So remember, big foundations on this. Take care of yourself. You do have to love yourself. You do have to take care of yourself. In any circumstances that when you feel tired, do take a break. You know what I mean? Do take a break, because you know you're going to come back to it again. So have a lot to do about you knowing yourself. So anyway, I hope this kind of clarify or even make you more confused. I don't know. since I have such a big technical difficulty this morning. But anyway, I just want to share a little bit personal opinion for many of you who is very frustrated with life and feel like, life just no way out. It's frustration after frustration. All I'm asking is spend some time really within yourself. Try to figure out what it is that you really want to get out of this life. I guarantee you, once you start to put all the pieces together, it should be fun for you. It should not be such a struggle. So anyway, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, next time. Bye.